Welcome to the Daily Wisdom Seeker. Today's quote, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them," is attributed to Epictetus, a Greek philosopher who lived in the 1st and 2nd century AD. He was one of the main representatives of Stoicism, a school of philosophy that taught how to live a happy and virtuous life by using reason and self-control. The quote suggests that our emotions and reactions are not caused by external events, but how we interpret and judge them. It also implies that we have the power to change our views and attitudes, and thus our feelings and behaviors. Some of the positive things that one can gain from this quote for the benefit of improving everyday life are resilience. By realizing that we're not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them, we can cope better with stress, adversity, and change. We can also learn from our challenges and grow from them. Optimism. By choosing to see the positive aspects of any situation, we can boost our mood, motivation, and confidence. We can also inspire others to do the same and create a more positive environment. Wisdom. By examining our views and beliefs critically, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. We can also avoid being misled by false or biased information and make better decisions. Freedom. By recognizing that we have control over our lives and attitudes, we can liberate ourselves from external pressures and expectations. We can also express ourselves authentically and pursue our own goals. Let's describe this quote in a more humorous and lighthearted way, shall we? Do you ever get upset by things that happen to you? Do you blame others or yourself for your problems? Do you ever feel like you have no control over your emotions? Well, guess what? You're wrong. That's right, according to Epictetus. You're not disturbed by things, but by the views you take of them. That means whatever happens to you, it's not the thing itself that makes you feel bad, but how you think about it. And the good news is that you can change how you think about it. You can choose to see things differently, more positively, more rationally, and by doing that, you can change how you feel and act. You can become more resilient, optimistic, wise, and free. Sounds awesome, right? Or imagine you're having a bad day. You spill coffee on your shirt, you get stuck in traffic, you miss an important meeting, you lose your wallet. You feel angry, frustrated, sad, hopeless. But wait a minute, are these things really that bad? Or are they just bad because you think they are? What if you could change your perspective and see them differently? What if you could see them as opportunities instead of obstacles? What if you could see them as lessons instead of failures? What if you could see them as jokes instead of tragedies? Well, you can. That's what Epictetus, who knew a thing or two about having a bad day, said. After all, he was a former slave. He said that people are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. He said that we have the power to change our views and attitudes, and thus our feelings and behaviors. So, next time you have a bad day, don't let it ruin your mood. Just change your view and see the bright side. So what do you think is the cause of your unhappiness? Do you think it's the things that happen to you? Do you think it's the people who annoy you? Do you think it's the circumstances that limit you? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then sorry to burst your bubble, but you're wrong. That's what Epictetus, who lived in ancient times, would say anyway. If you want to be happy, don't blame things or people or circumstances for your unhappiness. Blame yourself and then change yourself. That's all for today's episode of the Daily Wisdom Seeker podcast. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something useful. If you did, Please share it with your friends, subscribe, and leave me a review. And don't forget to tune in next time for more wisdom from the world's greatest thinkers.